yes, we as day traders, we as swing traders, we make society better. How so? Well, I'm going to get to that in a second. Maybe you're thinking, and rightfully so, what does this have to do with, why are you even doing this video? Well, there is a very apparent belief out there among some people. Maybe you're in this camp, and I respect your opinion. All I ask is give me a chance to explain how us as day traders and swing traders do make society better. We do contribute to society, and hopefully I can change your mind and maybe open up your eyes a little bit, provide a little bit more clarity to you. But I just want to start this off by reading a couple of comments I've got, and there have been many other ones. But now what I need to do is just get a video in place where I can direct these people to, because all joking aside, yeah, we as traders, we truly do help society, assuming you like sweet old little ladies. So if you like sweet old little ladies, then I think we can all agree that we do help society. So let me get to these comments. So Bill says, and this is why I work for a living, actually producing something tangible to earn a paycheck. I sleep soundly and know I've contributed to society. So keep spinning that roulette wheel, day traders. And then this person says, how would you describe your contribution to society, if any? P.S. Not trying to be snarky or anything. So that is exactly what I'm gonna do. Let's first start with one basic premise, and I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, but this is truly the foundation from which this is all built. And like I said, this is just good old economics 101. But if you have number of people and then prices, what's the correlation between this? Well, right there. Meaning the more people that are in a certain market, the more people that are involved, well, the more pricing efficiency that's going to happen. The better pricing structure can occur, right? I mean, if you only have one person in the market, okay, I mean, they're basically the market. They will tell you what something is worth because, well, they're the only person. There's no competition. There's nothing. But the more people you bring to it, the higher and higher the pricing efficiency prices all become, just because it becomes a more structured environment. So assuming we can agree on that basic economic principle, let's think about how day traders do contribute to society. So let's set up a little story. And like I said, I mentioned sweet old little ladies. So over here we have, so there's her nice dress. She's got a nice purse there. And we have grandma. Grandma has been smart. Grandma has been saving her whole life. She's been putting money into IRAs or 401ks or just, any sort of, brokerage account, but she's been saving. She's been using the stock market as an investment tool to grow her wealth. And at some point in her life, grandma, well, she's retired, rightfully so. Maybe she's traveling the world. Maybe she's sitting at home crocheting with a kitten on her lap. I don't know what she's doing, but she has worked hard. She has contributed. She has done a lot. She has been smart. She saved. She planned. And over decades and decades and decades, she has accumulated stocks. But now at this time in her life, because she is retired, well, she's going to need some money every now and then, right? Nothing fancy here, nothing complicated, but she's going to need money. How does she get that money? Well, she's going to need to sell some stock. So when she goes out there, now, if you're brand new to the markets, I don't mean she has to start knocking on people's doors and saying, excuse me, would you like to buy some Teslas? That's not, I'm talking about she just needs to sell it through her online broker and all that sort of stuff, or her financial planner. Point being, she needs to sell that stock. So let's say that she goes out there and this is what she sees. Two other people that are involved in the market. So in this situation, let's just wipe away day traders. Let's wipe away swing traders. That's going to eliminate lots and lots of people out there. Let's, eliminate the institutional traders and all that sort of stuff. Let's just get rid of them, right? Because they're not contributing to society. They're just pressing buttons online and, just trading pieces of paper back and forth. I mean, they're not really doing anything. So you eliminate all of them. So what do you have left? Well, you have a bunch of other grandmas. You have maybe some other, long-term investors. So you're going to have, so you have that situation. Is grandma going to be able to get the best possible price? Well, best possible price compared to what? Compared to this. Let's now introduce some day traders. Let's introduce some swing traders. And, now we have this situation. So which of those do you think is going to help grandma get the best price for her stock? Again, she needs that money, and her best scenario is, well, I'd like to get as much money as possible for this stock. And how do you get as much money as possible? Well, by having a lot of people in the market. The more people in the market, the better, the more efficient it becomes, the better pricing opportunity that can occur. And that's what the fascinating thing about this online trading is, the access it gives everybody. And if you ever heard the term of liquid markets, that means the ability at which you can transform something from an asset to actually cash. So the most liquid asset is cash because, well, it's already cash. The second most liquid would be like a check, right? If somebody writes you a personal check, well, you still have to go and transfer and convert that check into cash. So assuming it's not going to bounce, but that would be another very, very, very liquid thing where you can take it immediately, convert it to cash. On the other end of the spectrum, real estate, not a super liquid asset because you say, I want cash from this house. Well, you're going to have to sit there, maybe weeks, maybe months, depending on the time. It could be years before you are able to convert that house into cash. The same with a stock. A stock in and of itself is just a piece of paper. There's no cash associated with it, but the process by which you convert it to cash is the liquidity. And the more people you have in the market, the more liquid it becomes. And day traders and swing traders help out. They are pouring. They are putting their money. For all I know today, when I traded and I bought some stock, maybe it was grandma saying, oh, wow, I'm really going to get that price? Okay, yeah, I'll sell for that price. And I bought it from her. So I helped out grandma. I helped her get a better price than if I had not been there. Because maybe the other grandma out there was saying, no, I'd only be willing to pay 50 cents less than what I was willing to pay. But because, sorry, grandma, you and me as a competitor, I was willing to buy stock higher than what you were. Therefore, this grandma was able to get a better exit price, so which she can go and retire nice and comfortably. So to say that day traders and all that just don't contribute to society, we don't produce anything, that's just not true. We are making the market that much more liquid, and a liquid market helps those in many different situations. I could make the argument from a business perspective. When markets or when businesses can go out there and raise capital via the markets, well, then they can put more investment into R&D, research and development, and come out with even more cool products. But I didn't take that angle. I took it from, the sweet old little lady grandma who's retired and wants the best possible price for her stock so that she can just continue to live her life, do whatever she wants to do. Maybe she needs some more crocheting material. Fantastic. Now, because of day traders and swing traders, she can get an even better price for that stock. So that is how, traders, we do make society better. We do improve. Now, if you're grandma with no savings, no stock because you spent money as fast as it came in, I'm not sure I can shovel that grandma's driveway. I'd be happy to do that. But as far as the stock market in this example, probably doesn't quite play out. But you get the point that I'm trying to make. So hopefully this helps clear up the misconception that is out there among some people. And that way you can have a better idea. All of us as traders, the more people in the market, the better, because the more liquid it becomes. And that is just a good thing for everybody. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Have you ever had anybody look at you and imply that you're like, what do you do for society? You sit at home in your underwear all day in your basement and press buttons. What are you doing? Have you ever had anybody accuse you of anything like that? I'd love to hear any stories like that. That'd be pretty entertaining. Or if you just have any questions in general, leave those comments down below. But if you want me to keep making videos like this and you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Check out the channel as a whole. Hopefully you decide to subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.